Any question, comment, or any other spiritual topic anyone wants to bring?
Umaji, where was the prayer you were talking about the food? Is this in this book?
It isn't. You have this blue. These.
I don't have that one.
You don't have that? Anyway, so there is a verse number I have to look up. Isn't it chapter 4, Meena ji?
It's chapter 4.
Yeah, there is a, it's called Brahma Arpanam Brahma Havihi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So जो भी गीता आपके पास है ना, उसमें आप ये मैं I can put it on there in the WhatsApp. It's chapter 4 में एक verse आता है Brahma Arpanam Brahma Havihi. That's what they say. And chapter 15 of Bhagavad Gita, they chant on all the ashrams before eating. Because this is what it is. One of the reasons they say that we should pray to God before eating, there are 2-3 different reasons. One is he's saying we have to eat food, right? So we'll remember Bhagwan that way. And that knowing that the food that is coming on the table is actually God only, and my body is also God, and I'm doing a havan. I'm doing ahuti of the food in my body. जैसे वो जठरा agni is like a हवन की अग्नि, उसमें मैं डाल रही हूँ खाना. And when I'm doing my action, if I do my action knowing that I am dedicating it to God, and I'm doing it for God, and the God is giving me the capacity to do it, that kind of understanding I do, then all my action becomes yagna according to Lord Krishna. You don't have to sit down and do a havan, then your whole life is a yagna.
Whole life is yagna.
Yeah.
Thanks, Umaji.
Yeah. So Swamiji gave a beautiful explanation. He's saying, like, you look at the ocean. One wave is jumping on the other wave constantly. The ocean mein to halchal chalti chalu hi rehti hai. So he's saying that all that is ocean only. If waves start thinking egotistically, oh, main hi hu bas, then there's a problem. But it's nothing but ocean is nothing but one wave jumping on the other. Same way yagnas are happening in this world, all because of that Brahman.
It's verse 24.
Verse 24 of chapter 4.
Yeah.
Thanks, Meena ji.
You're welcome.
So उसका पूरा significance यही है वो 24 का कि that is the highest kind of thinking or yagna we can have is that Brahma Arpanam Brahma Vi. But if you are not there yet, then you start your practice with others. But the goal is to reach that Brahma Arpanam Brahma Vi. There are some 12 yagnas mentioned there. 12 kinds of upasanas in chapter 4. So Neeruji, are you connecting a little bit now? I know that because you started so late.
Yes. Yes, I am learning.
Yeah, that's good.
Making sense. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I still get lost when you send the information about the chapter and the verses.
Yeah, and you did the right thing. Just drop me a line because those are easy things to fix.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And once you get the hang of it, then it'll be fine.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
And so if we have no question, comment, or any discussion, then we can close early. There's nothing much to be said anymore after Krishna Bhagavan said, quieten your mind. Everybody wants to practice that now. I tell you, the world ka discussion kabhi khatam hi nahi ho sakta. Because, like, I'm part of this other group that Bharat is part of that too. And there are all the scientists and, scientists and different subjects called scientists.
Umaji, I went to one Shiv Sutra last week. which is very significant.
Please tell us.
It's a Osho Shiv Sutra. I can send it. But what I learned from there was about these Manduk Upanishad we went through in the 4 states. And he says, don't look for Turiya. And he told a practical way that you have to be Sakshi in every state. And then you will reach Turiya. And he explained, like, start with a Jagrat state and become an observer of every action you do. Beginning, you may not be able to do it, but you will do a little bit. And then you will move to the second stage, which is your dream state. And once you can do that, then you will not see any dreams. And then you can move to deep sleep, and then you achieve the other one. So essentially, then that state, you are always observing everything you are going on.
Yep.
I thought he did it very nicely.
How do you observe in second stage, dream world?
He said, before you are going to go to sleep, try to think like the sankalp we were talking about. That I want to see nothing, or I want to be in this state. And just say that. And after practice, you'll start to happen that. That's his suggestion, as to how you go about. Practical way. Normally, they just talk about Shiv Sutra said this and this. But Osho is very practical when he talks about this. I sent this thing, very nice. Even the first one, he talked about Chaitanya Atma, which was very nice, the way to look at it, everything, that who am I? And this one is, this is another sutra. So every sutra I am hearing, he's explained it in a very different way.
Okay.
See, people like Osho or Sadhguru and all that, they use a very different approach and very kind of simple, direct, and from their own experience they talk about it.
Right.
But they're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
But the
very simple way where people can understand.
Exactly. And one definition of meditation that Osho gave, I will never forget that when I read. He's saying when you sit in meditation, the main thing is you're not trying to fix anything in the world at all.
Right.
That's when your mind will suddenly become quiet. Because अपना problem होता है ना, oh ये politics खराब है, वो I was telling you about that group and that scientist group, they are वो बाल की खाल उतारे महाभारत की. Oh my God, ये ऐसा क्यों किया? ये युधिष्ठिर भी में भी प्रॉब्लम था. अरे बाबा था प्रॉब्लम, तभी तो हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं महाभारत. Because we want everybody to be Mr. Perfect. That doesn't happen in the world, right? So you just learn from, hey, something higher from there. That's all the whole idea is. But if you get stuck in this, fixing this, fixing that, then there's a problem. So he said, when you think that the whole cosmos is where it should be, then your mind will become quiet. And that happened to Arjun when he saw the Vishwarup Darshan, when he started the prayer. The first word he's used was sthane. Sthane means everything is where it's supposed to be. Because even something negative that happens, that is some kind of karmic thing going on to fix something. Because constantly the nature is trying to be in balance and everything. So that sometimes we cannot understand. We look at it as something horrible happening. I mean, pandemic ko dekh lo.
Yeah.
The nature is trying to bring the balance back together. Making us stop doing all the horrendous stuff that we have been doing for so many, over years and years, abusing the nature, So forced to think it. So that was his definition. And the other thing of Osho that I really liked was, he's saying a spiritual person is the one who creates a temple of happiness around him, and he takes it wherever he goes.
Right.
I thought that was see how he puts it, the whole thing. And then when untouched by sorrow, that he's telling you another way. Then he creates a temple of happiness around him and takes it wherever you go. I thought I love it. Yeah.
He also said that you cannot follow anybody to get there. You have to get on your own.
That's for sure. Because
Krishna is the only one, he says, who's multidimensional. And he provides everything.
he
So
does.
you have available for you also.
Yes. Krishna, that's why he talked about so many different yogas and so many different ways and like he said 12 yagnas, but the sadhu sant who interpret this thing that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can take any sadhana.
Right.
Like it's okay, I have to climb the mountain. How I climb there are different ways, right?
Yeah.
Some people use rope. There are one or two crazy people who don't use any rope and they climb the mountain. I don't know whether you saw them. They go with their bare hands and they do it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that everybody can do it, huh? So you have to see.
Find your own thing.
Yes. And then Chinmayananji explained it very well. He said that it is like if I have an ocean, I have to cross, I need a boat. You can't take your Tesla over there to cross the ocean, correct? And if I have a sky, then I need the airplane. And if I have a car, I need a road. So that same like mind, if I have a mind made up of a certain type, then I need that kind of route. Otherwise, किसी बड़ा कोई rational आदमी हो, उसको तुम बोलो भक्ति करो बैठ के, वो नहीं कर पाएगा. And then the other way around, कि किसी का makeup है बहुत emotional है, उसको बोलो कि भाई, ये उपनिषद पढ़ो और find out, who Brahman and all, he will not be able to. He said, no, I just want to sing my bhajan. See what I'm saying? So he's saying it depends on your makeup of your mind, what path you should be choosing. Don't try to copy other people. I thought he gave a very good example that, that different vehicles need different medium. And some people, they might mix and match also. There are people who are emotional and also rational. So there are all kinds of permutation, combination is there out in the world. So in the end, it's a personalized. Like in medical field, they say personalized medicine. This is personalized spirituality.
Right, because you are not one at all the time. So sometimes you could be emotional, and sometimes you're rational, and sometimes you are investigational. So it's not like one could be dominant personality, but we are all a mixture of everything.
Exactly. But there is कुछ एक predominant चीज होती है किसी में. And I think that people who probably want to study Vedanta and all that, उनका थोड़ा सा, उनको rational mind है उनका. तभी वो, they want to, intellectually try to understand it more and all that. So, sabhi ke, it's not everybody's cup of tea, for sure. ठीक है, फिर अगले हफ्ते मिलते हैं.
Yeah.
Okay. Hari Om, everyone.
Hari Om.